Well, hello, and welcome back to another weekly edition of Ai-Ify Fridays. If this is your first time here, my name is Brett Sklar. I'm the CEO of a fractional CMO company called Grow Power to be exact. And I have learned a ton about leveraging AI within my business. And as a CEO, I spend a lot of my time teaching other CEOs how to do the same. So welcome. We do this every Friday at the same bat time, same bat channel, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time or 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or I guess that makes it 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time, or wherever you are in the world. This is a show that is for you. I love to have conversations. I love to see chats and information and insights that come in from other people. Otherwise, I'm going to spend my time talking about things I learned over the last week. I go out, I spend a lot of time talking to CEOs. I also spend a lot of time developing my own AI for my own company and driving that strategy. So, welcome. Today, the question I've been asked over and over again, especially more recently, as we're getting past that hot girl summer phase of AI, as we're moving past the hype cycle of overhype of AI, and how do we really truly get a return on the investment of AI, or what I like to call the ROAI? Uh, we're running into a point where we're really trying to find those productivity levers and those ways to leverage AI in a way that we haven't thought about before, and in a way that we need to really look at things. So, what I really want to do today is talk about AI in two lenses, one good, one not good. AI as an empowerer is good. It creates empowerment of people. It empowers humans to do more, to be smarter, to think different, to be more intentional. On the other side, there's AI as the enabler. And in this case, the term enabler is kind of not a good thing. It is a passive. It is a passive way to use AI. It lets AI really drive a lot of the strategy and a lot of the talk and a lot of conversation, and it allows AI to do a lot of things that people probably wouldn't normally do. And it changes the character and the DNA of how people work. So we're going to look at this as sort of the two sides of things, right? AI as an empowerer, good thing, and AI as an enabler, not so good thing. So let's dive in. And I thought about this because we're getting a lot of feedback about AI, not just AI slop, not just AI as a, excuse me, not just AI as taking away human creativity and human capability, but also AI is making some decisions, especially in the world of agents, that we're not quite ready for yet. And with that in mind, we need to look at what are the systems and the tools and the processes we're putting together with AI, with generative AI. And it can be agents, it can be generative AI, it can be content, it can be graphics, it can be videos, all of it. What are we doing to allow AI to help us as the humans versus what are we doing to have AI tell us what we need to be doing it for us, and just not really driving the boat? So, one of them, the empowerer, is the human is in the driver's seat and AI is the co pilot. The other one, the human is the co-pilot, is in the passenger seat, and AI is really driving the boat on a lot of things. And I think this empowerer versus enabler duality, or looking at it in these sort of two different lenses, will really help us as we're deciding how much or how little AI to use in our own business. So let's talk about these. And I want to dive into the enabler first, and not a good thing enabler. And I got this idea a couple of years ago. There was actually a TV show on Hulu. I think it was called like My 600-Pound Life. And it was all about the people that are, morbidly obese to where they can't function on their own. And they need other humans to take care of them. And in the show, it really tries to do a good job of describing that Human beings that get to 600 pounds or more on their own don't actually do it on their own. There is somebody that's making that lifestyle possible. They are the enablers. When it comes to substance abuse, there are people who are not the empowerers, but they are the enablers. They're the ones that aren't making it difficult, that are unintentionally paving a way for people to continue with their substance abuse. And there's probably a lot of other examples. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. So I'm not a diagnostician. And so please take this with a grain of salt and just think about it as a thought process. But as we think about AI as the enabler, the bad thing, it's passive, it's lazy. It hands over the wheel to make people dependent. It's almost like outsourcing your brain or turning your brain into autopilot and hoping for the best. It encourages that complacency. It's the set it and forget it mindset, which usually means set it and regret it. It's also what I consider more reactive and not proactive. We as humans are the reactive. We are not the proactive. And so this creates a tool that drives the outcomes without us really as humans driving the boat. It also does something very dangerous. It creates the false sense of security. So you think you're making progress, but you're really just coasting. And coasting only works when you're going downhill. And that's a problem because there's a lot of uphill involved. I will tell you, I do a lot of cycling, road biking, and I am definitely not the most fit person in the world. And there's a lot of people that are way faster than I am, except for the downhills. And I do think that I'm a little bit of a lazy cyclist. I'm going to be honest. And my cycling crew will probably say the same thing. The downhills are the blessing and the uphills are the hard work that I'm probably not working as hard as I should be on. And as a cyclist, I'm probably a little bit more on the passive side. So this false sense of security that only really works on the downhill bites us in the ass on the uphill when we have to do some tough work, when the competition's really driving things for us. Or we're running into issues. We're running into board of directors issues. We're running into employee issues. That's where we really see that this enabler mindset of AI really doesn't do us a lot of good. And the worst thing it does is it takes the power away from the humans. This is why we're seeing a lot of people very negative about AI. I was speaking at a conference this last weekend, and there was somebody in the crowd, and there was a pretty big crowd, and there was somebody in the crowd, and they were vehemently, shaking their head to the left and the right, doing the no, no, no. Everything I would say about AI and how it was an empower, they were saying no, no, no. And when it came time to Q&A and this person came up to the mic and asked a question, I knew exactly what the questions were going to be. It was like they were already loading it up in their mind and in my mind as well, what was truly going on. And they had some really tough questions, which we talked through and we navigated through. But she's not wrong that this is an enabler and it's bad and it's causing humans to be on the sidelines. And the last I checked, the CEOs, you don't get paid to sit in the passenger seat. So why would you let AI drive a lot of things? And I don't think that most people are letting AI sit in the driver's seat at the CEO level, at the executive level, at the business owner level. But I do think it's happening at the employee level, especially the ones that are on the lower level of work that are probably preferring not to be at work, that they're letting AI really drive things. So that's the AI as enabler side of the coin. But let's look at the other side of the coin, AI as an empowerer, which is a good thing. It's active and it's driven by humans. When you are empowering AI as a human, you're the one staying in control. AI is that turbo boost. Thank you, Kit and Knight Rider with turbo boost. It's not the driver. You get to decide as a CEO or a business leader, as a business owner, where the car goes. AI just helps make it go faster. It also can amplify those strengths. So it doesn't replace the human judgment, it multiplies it. Think the Iron Man suit, not the couch potato with the remote. Iron Man's suit is only as good as Tony Stark. The Iron Man suit is only effective when the human is driving it. Now there is some autonomy, and we've seen a lot of the movies where uh, the Iron Man suits are doing things on their own, but they're being steered and driven by a human directive. Think of it as an active partnership. You're steering, AI is helping clear the obstacles and accelerate the decisions, not make those decisions. And I also think that AI can drive the innovation with humans really clearly outlining the problems and making sure there's an alignment in the values of your company, of your leadership, of your thought process. And then lastly, I think this is the best way to future-proof the mindset. Companies that empower with AI develop the capability and not the dependency. And that's how to scale sustainably. So, the enabler versus empower, you may agree, you may not agree. I think when it comes to AI agents, there's a lot of enablement that could be a big challenge. When it comes to generative AI helping make decisions, though, I think it can be a strong empowerer. So, what do you think? Do you see the two sides of the coin? I will be honest. I had been using AI as my enabler quite a bit, especially in the last 6 months. And then when I realized that it was making decisions for me, it was trying to drive things in a direction that didn't quite feel right and align with my values. I forced it to go back in the passenger seat and not in the driver's seat. And it was a very interesting time where I was really getting excited about all these AI automations, how I was getting excited about um, building plans and project plans and communications. And AI was doing a lot of it. But as I started to see things go a little bit sideways, I had to step in and make sure that I was empowering AI. AI was not enabling me. And that was a fun exercise I went through. So the moral of the story here is, who is in the driver's seat? It should be you as a CEO. I think you know this intuitively. I'm not telling you anything that is rocket surgery or something that's new and revelating. But if you think about AI as an enabler versus AI as the human empowerer, you can really start to guide your organizations and your teams to put projects together where humans are in the lead, AI is a support, and it goes back to what I've said all along. Humans are the power, AI is the boosts. Also, that gets you to your return on AI very quickly. So I hope this is helpful. Again, my name is Brett Sklar. I'm the CEO of a fractional CMO company called Grow Powerful. I love it. It's a great company. It's a great organization. We've got a great team. I also am the CEO of an AI consulting company called AI First Leadership. And I was the author of the book, AI Without the BS, the CEO's Playbook for Actually Getting AI Right, which is on Amazon right now, on Kindle, as well as on Amazon as a book, and soon to be an audiobook. I wish you all a great day. I hope you all are feeling more empowered with your AI on this Ai-Ify Friday. And I wish you all the greatest of success. Be well.